claim that we have to do something to serve every student is totally uncontroversial. Nobody's going to argue with that. The problem is that the approach we're taking to serve every student is to double down on this college prep curriculum that to this point has only worked for a small number of students. Across the country, school boards and state legislatures are simply making rules that say every ninth grader has to be in Algebra 1, every 11th grader has to be in Algebra 2, and they're just shutting down these remedial courses or these alternative courses. Now you might say, okay, that could create a situation where some unprepared students are getting into Algebra 1 because we have a rule that says every ninth grader is going to take Algebra 1. But then the Algebra 1 teacher should just fail those students. Let me explain why that doesn't happen even when the Algebra 1 teacher is doing her job very well. So the Algebra 1 teacher, teachers in general are not just going to steamroll through the curriculum ignoring whether their students understand what they're saying. Every good teacher is constantly assessing whether students are learning the material. And if the students are having trouble, if they have background issues, a good teacher is adjusting instruction based on that assessment. So if the Algebra 1 teacher is teaching a unit on equations and she knows that the students were supposed to be able to solve multi-step equations, she's still going to give a formative assessment and measure whether the students actually can solve multi-step equations. If she finds that 17 of her 24 students are unable to solve two-step equations, then she's going to spend some time reviewing two-step equations. She's not just going to proceed and let those 17 of 24 fail. So after a few days of solving two-step equations, the Algebra 1 teacher is going to give a quiz. The student might get a B on that quiz. Then the Algebra 1 teacher is going to proceed to multi-step equations. The student maybe gets a C on that quiz. Then she's going to proceed to the real Algebra 1 material, and a student maybe fails that quiz. But because of the B and the C on the quizzes before it, and because of homework and classwork, the student's going to manage to pass Algebra 1 on the basis of nothing but pre-algebra knowledge. And of course, they don't have any arithmetic knowledge at all because they're allowed to use a TI-84 at all times. I mean,